We pulled 3 of the most common Chevrolet engines at 200,000 miles and put them on the teardown bench. One of them left thousands of dollars in deferred maintenance, hiding behind perfectly normal operation. Another looked almost untouched at 200,000 miles. And the smallest, cheapest engine in this test came closer to winning than anyone in the room expected. This is what 200,000 miles actually does to a 5.3, a 6.2, and a 4.3. The data is going to surprise you. Let's get into it. Engine number 1. The 6.2-liter Ecotec 3. The 6.2-liter Ecotec 3 is the engine Chevrolet owners choose when they want the most power and the maximum towing capability a half-ton can offer. 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. The engine that comes standard in the high country and the ELTS max tow packages. When Silverado owners argue about which engine to get, the 6.2 is usually the answer for the owner who wants the best of everything. It is the engine that demands premium fuel, commands a premium purchase price, and delivers performance that the 5.3 simply cannot match on paper. At 200,000 miles, the teardown told a more complicated story than the spec sheet suggests. The intake valves were the first major finding. The 6.2 uses direct injection, meaning fuel sprays directly into the combustion chamber and never touches the intake valve faces. That is good for combustion efficiency and power output. It is not good for valve cleanliness. Without the constant fuel wash that older port injection engines provided on every intake stroke, the PCV system routes crankcase blow-by gases back into the intake manifold, and that oil vapor bakes onto the hot valve surfaces with every combustion cycle. At 200,000 miles, the carbon accumulation on these valves was significant enough to cause restricted airflow around the valve edges, measurable power loss, and rough idle behavior on cold starts. The professional fix is walnut blasting, a procedure where crushed walnut shell media is blasted through the intake ports to physically strip the carbon off the valve faces. That service runs $700 to $1,100 at most shops and needs to be repeated every 60,000 to 80,000 miles on a direct injection engine that is working hard. An oil catch can installed at the beginning of ownership intercepts the oil vapor before it ever reaches the valves and changes this outcome entirely. The DFM lifters were the second major finding. The 6.2 uses dynamic fuel management to deactivate cylinders under light throttle in highway cruise. The collapsible lifters that make this possible are the most mechanically complex component in the valve train. They cycle on and off hundreds of times on every single drive. At 200,000 miles, these lifters showed were consistent with what forum communities and class action court records have been documenting for years on high-mileage DFM engines. The repair when these lifters fail starts at $3,000 and climbs past $7,000 when the camshaft sustains damage from a collapsed lifter before the problem is caught. What makes the 6.2 wear picture particularly expensive is not any single finding in isolation. It is the fact that the carbon service, the lifter work, and the active recall context arrive at the same mileage simultaneously. Owners who buy a high-mileage 6.2 without accounting for that accumulated deferred maintenance are buying a repair bill alongside the truck. The shop reveals that cost. The seller does not. The active recall that General Motors issued in 2000 AND25, covering approximately 600,000 6.2-liter V8 engines, represents the most significant quality admission General Motors has made on this engine family in years. The recall covers 2000 AN21 through 2000 AN24 model year Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, Sierra, and Yukon vehicles equipped with the L87 engine code for connecting rod and crankshaft manufacturing defects that can cause sudden engine failure without warning. Owners who receive the recall notification are entitled to dealer inspection and repair at no cost. That the recall exists at all, covering nearly 600,000 vehicles for defects that cause sudden and complete engine failure, is the context every 6.2 owner deserves when evaluating what 200,000 miles on this engine means. The most capable engine going into this test showed the most accumulated maintenance cost coming out of it. Engine number 2. The 5.3-liter Ecotec 3. The 5.3-liter Ecotec 3 is the engine most Chevrolet owners have. It is the engine that launched the Ecotec 3 family in 2000 AND14. the engine powering the majority of Silverado, Tahoe, and suburban trucks on the road today, and the engine that generates more forum threads, more technical service bulletins, and more class action documentation than any other Chevy V8 in the modern era. At 200,000 miles, the teardown revealed a wear picture that splits entirely based on one decision made early in the engine's life: the intake valves. Like the 6.2, the 5.3 Ecotec 3 uses direct injection, starting with the 2000 A&D 14 model year. The same carbon accumulation pathway applies. Oil vapor through the PCV system. No fuel wash on the valve faces. Deposits building on the valve surfaces with every combustion cycle from day one of ownership. At 200,000 miles on a 5.3 that never had the intake valves addressed, the carbon deposits were similar in severity to what we found on the 6.2 and required the same walnut blast service in the $700 to $1,000 cost range. An oil catch can installed at the beginning of ownership on a 5.3 costs approximately $150 to $200 and changes this outcome completely. Owners who installed one showed intake valve conditions that were measurably and substantially cleaner at high mileage. This is a preventable failure, not an unavoidable consequence of the engine architecture. The AFM system. This is the defining issue of the 5.3 at 200,000 miles and the finding that matters most for anyone making a buying decision about a used high-mileage Silverado or Tahoe. The active fuel management and dynamic fuel management lifters are the most documented failure point in the entire Ecotec 3 family. The collapsible lifters cycle hundreds of times on every single drive. Forum data and class action court records filed against General Motors consistently place AFM lifter failures between 80,000 and 100 A&D 50,000 miles on engines where the AFM system ran its entire service life uninterrupted. On the teardown bench, an engine whose AFM ran from the factory to 200,000 miles without intervention showed significant lifter wear and camshaft lobe damage. The repair bill on that engine was real and started at $3,000. An engine of the same generation and similar mileage, where the owner installed an OB2 FM disabler in the first year of ownership, showed lifters that were in dramatically better condition at the same mileage. The $60 device made the difference between a real repair bill and no repair bill on two otherwise identical engines. The 5.3 Ecotec 3 is a capable and reliable engine in the broader sense. The variable valve timing system showed manageable wear. The block showed no major structural concerns. The timing chain was within acceptable specification for the mileage. What determines whether this engine costs $3,000 or zero in major repair work approaching 200,000 miles is almost entirely whether active fuel management ran its full cycle life or was interrupted before the documented failure threshold. The 5.3 lands in the middle of this test. The outcome is not consistent across the entire population of these engines. What you get at 200,000 miles depends heavily on the decisions the previous owner made in the first 12 months of ownership. That is why buying a used high-mileage 5.3 requires a very specific question before any other consideration. Was the FM disabled, and was a catch can installed? Those two answers tell you more about what this engine will cost you in the next 50,000 miles than anything else on the inspection checklist. 2 engines in, and already a surprise is coming. The 4.3 landed on this bench at 200,000 miles and produced results that nobody in the room was expecting. Before that, the 6.2 showed the most expensive wear picture with the highest accumulated maintenance cost, and the 5.3 split entirely on whether AFM ran uninterrupted. Hit like and subscribe right now. One more engine left. Let's get into it. Engine number 3. The 4.3-liter Ecotec 3 V6. The 4.3-liter Ecotec 3 V6 is the engine most Chevrolet owners choose when they are watching the monthly payment. Smaller displacement, lower sticker price, a towing rating that is adequate for most real-world hauling, but not what you name when someone asks which Silverado engine to recommend. The practical option, not the performance choice, not the towing champion. Nobody buys a Silverado and brags about the 4.3. And yet here it is on this bench at 200,000 miles, and what we found was not what anyone in the room was expecting. The engine everyone dismissed as the budget option produced a teardown that challenged everything the forum community assumes about which Chevy engine holds up best over time. Before the teardown findings, it is worth understanding why this engine is in this test and what is actually being measured. Owners who buy the 4.3 are almost exclusively daily commuters and light use drivers. They are not pushing their engine under sustained towing load on every weekend. They are not running the truck at maximum capacity, generating the heat that breaks down fluid and compounds wear. 200,000 miles on a 4.3 reflects a specific ownership profile, and that profile matters when you are looking at what came off this bench. The 4.3 in most Silverado configurations uses a combination of port injection and direct injection, sometimes called a dual injection system. Port injection means fuel does wash over the back of the intake valve faces on a portion of intake events. Carbon buildup at 200,000 miles was minimal on this engine. The walnut blast conversation that applied to both V8 engines simply did not apply here in any meaningful way. The AFM implementation on the 4.3 in most Silverado configurations is either absent or a significantly less aggressive version than the 16 collapsible lifter setup in the V8 platforms. Lifter wear at 200,000 miles on this engine was notably lower than what the 5.3 showed on a comparable AFM equipped unit at the same mileage. The timing system showed measurable stretch as expected at this mileage, but nothing requiring immediate action. Valve train wear was within what most shops would classify as acceptable for the mileage. Oil consumption between changes was minimal. The block showed no concerns. The overall wear picture coming off this bench was the cleanest of the three engines in this test, and the margin was not small. That finding carries an important implication for anyone in the market for a used Silverado or Tahoe. The 4.3 at high mileage has historically been overlooked as a towing compromise or a budget choice that buyers regret. What the teardown data suggests is that the real-world reliability advantage of this engine at 200,000 miles may be meaningfully larger than its reputation indicates, for buyers who are primarily using the truck as a daily driver, or who are looking for the lowest total ownership cost across the full life of a high-mileage purchase. The 4.3 deserves serious consideration it almost never receives in the conversation about which Chevy engine to buy. Nobody expected the smallest engine in the Silverado lineup to sit here at 200,000 miles looking this good, but it does, and the data is consistent. 3 engines, 3 different engineering philosophies, 3 very different wear pictures at 200,000 miles, and one outcome that was far closer than the reputation of any of these engines suggested going into this test. The 6.2 Ecotec 3 showed the most complex wear picture of the 3. Direct injection carbon requiring a $700 to $1,100 walnut blast service, DFM lifter wear representing a real repair bill, and the active recall covering 600,000 engines for sudden engine failure defects as the broader ownership context. The 6.2 is still producing power at 200,000 miles, but the total ownership cost across the full life of this engine is higher than the premium paid for it at the point of sale. The 5.3 Ecotec 3 at 200,000 miles told 2 different stories depending on which truck landed on the bench. An engine that ran AFM uninterrupted from the factory showed meaningful lifter and camshaft wear and a repair bill starting at $3,000. An engine where the owner made a $60 disabler decision and a $200 catch can decision in the first year of ownership showed dramatically better wear across both systems at the same mileage. The 5.3 is a capable engine. What it delivers at 200,000 miles depends almost entirely on what the owner knew and acted on in the first 12 months. That is the finding that matters most for anyone buying or already owning a 5.3. The 4.3 Ecotec 3 V6 won this test, not because it is the most powerful engine on this bench, not because it is the most capable towing option in the Silverado lineup, but because 200,000 miles of daily driving in the hands of practical owners produced the cleanest teardown of the 3 engines we pulled. Lower thermal stress per mile, port injection keeping the intake valves cleaner, a simpler AFM implementation, and an ownership population that was not routinely pushing the engine to its limits. If outright capability is the metric, the 6.2 wins before the teardown starts. If durability per dollar spent across the full ownership period is the metric, accounting for purchase price, fuel cost, maintenance intervals, and what we found on this bench. The 4.3 makes a case that almost nobody in this space has been talking about, and if the 5.3 is the engine you have or are buying, the outcome is still in your hands. The $60 disabler and the $200 catch are the difference between the expensive 5.3 at high mileage and the one that keeps running without surprises. Hit like and subscribe, drop your engine and your mileage in the comments below. I want to know which of the three you are running and what the teardown would show if it was on this bench today. I will see you in the next one.